Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of our podcast. Today, we are going to explore a topic that has a significant influence in the global economic field and has attracted widespread attention: the development trend of China's auto industry on a global scale. In recent years, the changes in China's auto industry have been truly remarkable. Judging from the data, some even believe that China is in the process of taking over the global auto industry. What exactly is the story behind this? Let's take a closer look. Interpretation of production capacity data. According to the latest industry data, China's annual production capacity of internal combustion engine vehicles has exceeded 40 million units, which is an extremely large number. In the field of electric vehicles, the production capacity reached 20 million units by the end of 2024 and is expected to further increase to 25 million units by the end of 2025, with an annual increase of 4 million units. Comparing with the global annual demand for automobiles of about 90 million units, China's auto production capacity accounts for more than half. What does this mean? It indicates that China has already possessed an extremely strong scale advantage in the field of automobile production and has the powerful strength to influence the global market supply and demand relationship. Domestic market and export trends. In the domestic market, the annual demand for automobiles is approximately 25 million units. However, it is worth noting that China's huge auto production capacity is gradually shifting towards exports. Currently, the market trend shows that the development momentum of domestic electric vehicles is rapid, gradually squeezing the market share of fuel vehicles. And the production capacity of these fuel vehicles being squeezed out is largely exported abroad. It is expected that in 2025, the domestic sales volume of fuel vehicles will drop below 10 million units. Looking at the export data, the growth rate is even more astonishing. In 2020, the auto export volume was 1 million units, and by 2024, it had increased to about 6 million units. Considering the economic laws and industry development trends, comprehensively taking into account the cost and performance advantages, it seems that it is difficult to stop China's auto exports from doubling to 12 million units. To meet the export demand, China is even building a large number of roll-on/roll-off ships for transporting automobiles on a large scale. All these actions demonstrate the strong potential and determination of China's auto exports. Potential changes in global auto trade rules. For a long time, there has been an unwritten rule in the global auto industry that automobiles are mainly produced and sold locally. For example, cars produced in China are mainly supplied to the domestic market, and the same is true for Europe and North America. Of course, there are some exceptions. For instance, the United States imports several million cars from Asia, and China also imports 1 million luxury cars from Europe. But after all, this is not a common phenomenon. However, with the rapid growth of China's auto exports, if this trend continues, the existing global auto trade rules will inevitably undergo major changes. In the future, it is very likely that global auto production will be concentrated in China and then exported to all parts of the world. This will undoubtedly have a profound impact on the global auto industry pattern. Development trajectory of the fuel vehicle and electric vehicle industries. Looking back at history, since the 2008 financial crisis, the global production capacity of fuel vehicles has shown a trend of concentrating in China. This is mainly because the Chinese market has huge purchasing power and rapid sales growth rate, attracting major global auto companies to increase production capacity in China. However, in 2018, there was an overcapacity situation in the Chinese fuel vehicle market. At that time, the production capacity reached 43 million units, while the sales volume was only 29 million units. Despite this, to this day, China still has a huge production capacity of fuel vehicles. At the same time, in the field of electric vehicles, China has shown even stronger leading power. Through unremitting efforts in lithium battery and electric vehicle technology research and development and production capacity expansion, China is gradually realizing the concentration of the global electric vehicle supply chain. Currently, China produces and sells most of the electric vehicles in the world and even provides half of Tesla's production support. This forces other global auto manufacturers to consider shifting their supply chains to China if they want to enter the electric vehicle field. Otherwise, they will be at a disadvantage in market competition. Support from local governments and industrial ecosystem during the rise of China's auto industry. Local governments have played a crucial role. Taking companies like Xiaomi and NIO as examples, local governments have provided strong support to them. Not only have they helped them expand production capacity rapidly, but they have also promoted the localization process of components. Even the robots on the auto production line have gradually been localized. For example, Volkswagen's new production line in China only uses one German robot, and most of the other components are striving to be procured locally. This unique industrial development mechanism is extremely rare in the world. In a seemingly severely overcapacity and highly competitive market environment, with the strong support of Chinese local government policies, the auto industry's production capacity can continue to expand and continuously enhance its industrial competitiveness, building a highly resilient and vibrant industrial ecosystem. Challenges and contradictions faced by the global auto industry. To sum up, the rapid development of China's auto industry has brought an unprecedented impact on the global auto industry. A brand new and completely different auto production system is emerging and expanding in China. For global auto companies, in order to produce competitive cars and obtain good supply chain support, cooperation with China seems to have become an inevitable choice. However, on the other hand, the employment situation in various countries highly depends on the local supply chain of their own auto industries. If a large amount of auto production is transferred to China, it will inevitably have a certain impact on the employment of other countries, thus forming a huge contradiction. How to find a balance in the wave of global auto industry transformation will be a difficult problem that governments and auto companies around the world need to face and solve together. Today, we have comprehensively explored the current development status, trends, and a series of impacts of China's auto industry on a global scale. It can be foreseen that in the coming period, the interaction and game between China's auto industry and the global auto industry will continue. This process is full of opportunities and challenges. We will also continue to pay attention to the development trends in this field and bring you more in-depth analysis and reports. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next episode of our podcast.